I'd been shot at before, plenty. And I'd been hit a couple of times, too. But it's not something you get used to.
Take it easy, Vit. Just a minute. Here, take a little of this. Take it easy. There we are. Here. He was lucky in a way. Just missed his gizzard and lights. Didn't break any bones either. He's lost considerable blood, but I expect he'll make that up.
First bank I put my money in gets robbed. It's your bank, too.
Better get him to bed now and get somebody to watch him. Where am I going to put him to bed? Over at the hotel where you live is as good a place as any. If I can't find anybody to nurse him, you'll probably have to do it yourself. Well, if it takes that to get him well, I'll do it.
I just hope I'm lucky enough to meet up with Jesse Drake sometime. I don't mind so much losing the $300, though it took me a year to save it. But I just don't relish getting shot twice by the same man.
Don't go getting yourself upset, Vince. You know the doctor said for you to keep quiet.
Don't get yourself upset. What else can I do? I'm lying in bed here with 2 holes in me. How long did he say it'd take me to heal up?
He said it'd take a good 3 weeks or a month.
3 weeks or a month while I'm lying in bed and he's gallivanting around on my money. Well.
Get your foot over it.
How much did you lose?
Oh, about $150.
$150? Is that all?
Yeah, I had about that much in the cash drawer. I had most of the bank's money stashed under a floorboard near the old safe.
What?
Well, you see, I never believed much in banks before I got to be a banker.
Just fine. So most of the money he got was mine.
Don't worry, Vint. I'll make it up to you.
Make it up to me nothing. Just tell the doctor to get me well so I can find that Jesse Drake and make it up for myself.
Come in.
I was told I could find Mr. Bonner here.
Well, I'm Mr. Bonner, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Oh, you poor boy. What happened to you?
Well, I got shot. Who are you?
Your Aunt Emma. Emma Bonner Bancroft.
You really are my Aunt Emma, aren't you?
Sure I am.
Well, how's Uncle Joe?
Oh, he died about 15 years ago. Then my youngest daughter got married last year. She wasn't quite 23. I thought she'd never get married. Married a railroad man. I got my tickets half rate.
Couldn't. Well, Aunt Emma, this is Ethan Greenfield. He's a friend of mine.
Pleased to know you, sir. And then you know what happened, Vint? I just remembered about you. Here you were, all alone in the world, with nobody to take care of you. So I thought, I'll just go take care of him myself. And it looks to me I was none too soon, because here you are, flat on your back, with no more sense than to let yourself get shot.
Look, Aunt Emma, I didn't let myself get shot. You see, the Drake brothers tried to rob Ethan's bank here. And
you mean to tell me my nephew got shot protecting your bank? And what were you doing?
Miss Bancroft, it wasn't no fault of mine. Well, you see, these Drake brothers...
He's right, Aunt Emma. You see, if it hadn't have been for him coming up with a double-barrel shotgun, I'd be in worse shape than I am now.
Yeah, well, Vince, it looks like I can leave you in good hands now and get back to mine in the bank. And, oh, by the way, Miss Bancroft, where are you going to live?
Well, now, I just didn't plan that far.
Well, now, I have a nice little house out here in the edge of town I took in on a trade last month. I'd be glad for you and Vince to use it until he gets better.
Well, that's mighty nice of you, Mr. Greenfield. Don't you think so, nephew?
Well, yes, ma'am, I guess so.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Well, I'll be saying goodbye. Goodbye, Miss Bancroft.
Goodbye, Mr. Greenfield. Well, now, isn't that nice? I've got me someone to take care of. We've got a place to live, and everything's going to be fine. Just fine.
But Aunt Emma, I'm just not a staying sort of fella. I'm used to being on the move.
Well, it's high time you lived someplace. I've heard about that gun of yours. So wonder you haven't been killed a dozen times. From the stories I hear back in Kansas, why, they even have a name for you back there.
Oh?
The six-shooter, that's what they call you.
No.
As though the name of Bonner weren't good enough. Well, don't you worry. After we've lived here peacefully a few years.
A few years? Now, you listen to me, Aunt Emma. I never stayed in any place.
Now, Vint, you've just got to stop sleeping on the floor beside the bed. After all, beds are made to sleep on.
But, Aunt Emma, I never slept in a bed more than 2 nights running in my whole life. I don't know why. I just can't sleep in beds, that's all.
Vint!
Yes'm?
You'll learn, boy. You'll learn. Now, nephew, why don't you put that gun away? Oh, won't you come in, Mr. Greenfield?
Just on my way home, thought I'd stop by and see how your nephew's getting along.
Oh, he's getting along just fine. Too well, in fact. Acting like a caged lion, only been out of bed a week.
And that's the longest I ever stayed in bed, too.
Hello, Vint.
Howdy, Ethan. How are things at the bank?
Oh, just the same. Business as usual.
Say, the sheriff ever got a lead on the Drake brothers?
Not a sign. He lost track of them about a mile out of town. Sheriff can't figure it out. Vint, how'd you like to take a little walk with me? The fresh air do you good.
That's fine. I like that very much.
I think it best to be stay in.
Now, listen, Aunt Emma. I'm no boy to be wrapped up in cotton batting.
Oh, he's a big boy now, Miss Bancroft.
None of you men ever get to be big boys. But I'll go get your coat out and see that you bundle up.
Yes, ma'am.
Even the best of them like a ball and chain. Now here you are after being took care of only 2 weeks and mired down like a hog in quicksand. Now I'm not saying she wasn't helpful at first. But with a man, there's a limit to being took care of. I got a feeling about women that if you ain't sick enough to be took care of, they'll make you sick enough.
Oh, I don't know. Aunt Emma isn't so bad. She means well, and she's a darn good cook.
And Vince, you know I'm speaking the truth.
I still say she means well. Say, Ethan, did you put that money back in the safe?
Oh, well, I've been kind of putting it off. Since it was only robbed 2 weeks ago, I didn't think there's any hurry.
Ethan, you're a responsible banker, and a responsible banker doesn't leave money under the floor of the bank. Now, why don't you do something about it right now? Oh, come on.
Well, all right, come on inside. You can go home, Bob. It's almost time to lock up anyway.
Where is it?
Stand on it.
Huh?
Stand on it. Probably just safe here as it would be in that old tin can.
So that's where the old goat put the money.
Oh, forget that combination. His left 3, right 42. There you are, and I hope you're satisfied.
Say, Ethan, what did you do before you became a banker?
Oh, well, when I was in the Army, I was in charge of what they call the Sanitation facilities.
Who would have figured it was right under our noses all the time?
Well, now that you know, we can get it tonight, huh?
No, Jed, we're not going to get it tonight. We're going to wait till Friday. Month-end deposits will be in by the end of the week. That ought to add $4,000 or $5,000 to the take.
But, Jess, I can't hide here much longer. It's tough enough to get food to you. My wife's been asking questions.
You do like Jess says.
Must be $20,000 or $25,000 in that bank across the street. Now, you wouldn't expect 1/3 of that without going to a little trouble, would you, Jed?
All right, Jess. All right, I can handle it a few more days, but no longer, eh? This is a small town, and somebody's bound to wonder what I'm doing up in this old loft all the time.
Friday will be the night, Jed. No longer.
That'll be fine, Jess. Just fine. Well, I better go.
Vince, it's time to get up. Vince, get up off that floor.
Well, what is it?
It's time to get up when your breakfast is ready. I told you a dozen times not to sleep on that floor. What do you think beds are made for?
Hold on, Emma. I like sleeping on the floor.
But it's not civilized, and you're liable to catch cold. If other people can sleep on a bed, then so can you.
On, Emma, look, I'm a grown man and I'm a little set in my ways, so stop telling me what to do. Oh, don't cry out, Emma. Look, I'm sorry. I appreciate the way you've taken care of me and everything, but I'm a little naturally a little grumpy in the morning, so dry those eyes, will you?
Your breakfast is all ready.
I'll be right out, Emma. I'll be right out.
And I want...
I'll be right out.
How does your shoulder feel, Vint?
It feels pretty good. Doctor says it's getting better. He says the more I use it, the better it'll be.
Well, then maybe you wouldn't mind doing me a little favor.
Of course.
You know, the grates in the stove have been slipping down. I thought you might like to fix them for me.
I'll be glad to.
And then those shingles on the roof, they need fixing, too. And now when I
all right.
come to think of it, the outside of this house needs a coat of paint
Anima,
or whitewash. And
Anima,
now that
listen
the
to me.
winter's over.
You sound like we're going to spend the rest of our life here or something.
Oh, now, Vint, you know how women are. They like to see things neat.
Well, I'm going down to town.
Maybe a little later you could make a new gate for the fence.
Well, I'll talk to you about it later. Later on, Emma. Morning, Ethan.
Morning.
Don't tell me you're eating cold beans for breakfast.
They're good and nourishing. Besides that, they're cheap.
Well, all I can say is it's nothing like I had for breakfast. I had a fresh slice of ham, good and hot, with the fat browned on the edges, just the way I like it. So tender you could cut it with a fork. And 3 eggs, basted, flaky around the edges, and corn sticks, hot, fresh out of the oven. And honey and butter.
What else?
Oh, some donuts rolled in heavy sugar. Of course, she made those yesterday afternoon. She usually makes them fresh for me every morning for breakfast. And Aunt Emma's hot coffee. Say, Ethan, why don't you come over and have dinner with us soon?
Huh?
Well, I'm sure Aunt Emma would like to fix dinner for both of us.
Oh, I couldn't do this.
She said something about, tonight, for instance, she said something about rare roast beef and deep dish hot apple pie.
What time?
Well, let's say about 5 o'clock for supper. You come early. Finish your breakfast. Oh, Aunt Emma?
What in the world have you got there?
Well, I thought it might help out if I'd pick up a few things for dinner.
We got everything we need.
Well, tell the truth, I went by to see Ethan. And I got to thinking about how he saved my life and how I just never would be able to repay him.
Nasty old bachelor.
Oh, but Aunt Emma, he's not that way at all. Not at all. It's just that nobody ever took the trouble to understand him. Just think of it. An old soldier having held high position in the army, turned loose after the war to make his way all over again, even though he wasn't young, uncared for, unloved. Do you know what he was doing this morning when I was at the bank? I hate to tell you, but he was eating cold beans out of a can for breakfast.
Well, that was kind of foolish. He could have had some breakfast at the hotel.
But Aunt Emma, he's a responsible banker. He has the interest of his depositors at heart. There he was, with a ledger in one hand and a cold can of beans in the other. That's why I thought I might repay him somewhat by asking him over to dinner tonight. Oh, Aunt Emma, I didn't mean to make you cry.
He never could get used to onions.
Here's the key I got for you. It fits the bank door. You don't think anything will go wrong, do you?
Nothing will go wrong now, Jed.
You put the horses where we told you to? Yeah, they're right out behind the bank.
Well, I guess we better get started.
I'll be waiting for you up at the fork for my share.
Why don't we give him his share now, Link?
I got to let out another notch in my belt.
Fine cook, isn't she?
Yeah.
Ethan, I've been wanting to talk to you.
Go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
Well, you see, Aunt Emma's my next of kin, and well, she's my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting at is, what are your intentions?
What?
Your intentions toward Aunt Emma.
Oh, see what you're driving at. You got nothing to worry about, Vince.
I haven't?
Oh, I'm really fond of Aunt Emma, and it's not just her cooking, too. Under other circumstances, I might even ask her to marry me.
You might? Well, Ethan, what are the circumstances?
Vince, you're a friend of mine. Maybe my best friend. I'd be the last man in the world to cause you any misery. But now that you found a nice home for yourself, I just couldn't break it up.
No, Ethan, don't be hasty. Don't
take
think
my
about...
word for it. You can live with your Aunt Emma as long as you like. I'll come over for dinner once in a while, but I'll never interfere.
But, Ethan, I want you to interfere.
Huh?
Well, I'll level with you. I'm itching to get back on the trail. But I just can't go away and leave Aunt Emma all alone here.
Now, Vint, I always knew you were considered sort of a fella, and this just goes to prove it, offering to give up all this. Why, no man but a fool would walk away from Aunt Emma's cooking, and you're no fool.
Now, Ethan, you're gonna marry Aunt Emma.
Well, it's not in there.
But you saw him put it there, Jess. You sure it's not in the floorboard?
No. I wonder where the old fool hid it this time. Take a look back there.
Vince, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't let you make the sacrifice.
There's supposed to be someone in your bank?
No, there sure isn't.
If you're not wearing a gun, you better stay here. Or better than that, go get the sheriff. Get on.
Wait outside. Who's ever in there has to come through that front door.
You can wait out here, but Vince in there.
Ethan!
Wasn't bad at all.
Doctor, is he going to be all right?
He'll need considerable nursing, but with proper care, he'll be good as new in no time.
Oh, I'll take good care of him.
Here, Ethan, have a drink. You know, if Aunt Emma here is going to take care of you, you won't need me around anymore.
Vince, don't leave.
Of course, I don't know what the townspeople are going to say if you two live in the same house together while you're getting better.
Emma, if you're willing, I'm willing.
Oh, I'm a willing.
I know when I'm licked. Give me another drink.
Sure. Say, Ethan, where did you put the money this time?
It's in the shoebox on top of my desk. Never believed in banks anyway.
I'd seen trail towns taken over before. This one was being taken over by Texans. Texans in a Kansas town full of Northerners. And they were letting out all the bitterness stored up since Lee surrendered at Appomattox. I was in Prairie City to pay respects to the daughter of an old friend, Mark Wilmer. There'd always been a room at his hotel for me, whether I had money in my jeans or not, and he talked my kind of language. I'd heard Mark Wilmer had died. I was curious about his daughter, Sophie, who never had much use for this ragged, sad-looking cow town.
This part of town is no place for decent people.
Decent people? Don't you mean cowards, Mr. Vessler?
Sophie. Sophie. Say, what happened to law and order in your town?
Our respectable citizens won't show their faces this side of the railroad tracks. And suddenly, Sheriff Wiley found business elsewhere.
Mr. Bonner, maybe you could persuade Miss Sophie to
Mr.
leave.
Vespers, why don't you go inside? I'm sure you'll feel safer in there.
But...
I was sorry to hear about your father, Sophie.
He thought a lot of you. I'm glad you came by. I might never have seen you again.
I see by the sign you're planning to leave town.
Can you blame me? My father helped settle this town. He planted all of his dreams in its future. You can see what's happened to it. So I'm leaving it to the scorpions and centipedes to take over after outfits like Colonel Bromley's are through with it.
That Colonel Bromley? Well, there was nothing wrong with your father's dream, Sophie. Towns like this that can stay through times like this have a big future.
You sound like my father.
I take that as a compliment.
Oh, Vint, do you realize that except for 2 years in St. Louis, I've never set foot out of Prairie City? I saw what it did to my mother. The wind and dust and the whole ugliness of it. I don't want to dry up like a piece of leather. I want softness and gentleness in my life.
What kind of a monkey you reckon we've got here, Colonel?
Why don't you go find out, Zach?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Just what are you supposed to be, mister?
Count Peter von Gilscher, Duchy of Hesse-Darmstadt. At your service.
Well, that's sure a mouthful of something. So you're a count, huh? I suppose that makes us all a lot of no-counts, that it?
Not at all, gentlemen. Not at all.
You've obviously seen military service, friend.
It was the only decent coat I had left. My other was in rags. When a man sets out on his last adventure, he owes it to himself to be neat about it.
Last adventure?
The one we all have to face sooner or later. The proudest of us.
Would I be wrong in saying that you sold your services as a soldier during the last conflict? The North, as well as the Confederacy, bought the services of European trash like you. Which side paid you off?
Vince, suppose he...
Yeah. It'd be pretty hard to decide what to do about it.
Well?
Shucks, ain't no question about which side he did his fighting for. That's why he ain't saying.
Let the man talk here.
I did not fight for money, gentlemen. I tried to be of some use to a cause and a man.
I presume that you're not referring to the Confederacy and Jefferson Davis.
I am referring to Mr. Lincoln, who spoke of the birthright of freedom and the abomination of slavery. I am an incurable romantic. I can't help myself.
The North had no cause. They fabricated one to justify invasion. And the man you talk about was a tyrant and a fool.
Dirty, meddling foreigner. That's the ticket way. Go drag him. Give him a taste of Yankee dirt.
You gonna let this happen?
Now, he was talking about a last adventure. Why not here now? However, I don't think it'll be fatal.
Drag him!
Get in here, you move!
Take his arm.
Just who are you, sir?
I doubt if it makes any difference, but my name is Bonner, Vince Bonner.
And what makes you think this is any of your business?
I don't think you'd understand.
My boys were just having a little fun. I wouldn't have let anything happen to them. They find it as distasteful as I do, the thought of this outlander spilling Southern blood.
You're stuck with the wrong idea, Colonel. The rebellion is over.
You're a man of tremendous pride, sir. I too have a remnant left of that very dubious virtue. And I should like a satisfaction for your, let's say, very ungracious welcome.
Really?
Will you please get off your horse, Colonel?
Don't turn this into something crude. Count von Gilser wishes to make this an affair of honor. As a gentleman completely sensitive to your outraged feelings, I accept. I shall see that the necessary arrangements are made.
Von Gilser didn't get all those medals just fighting for the Union. A couple were from Emperor Maximilian in Mexico, another from Garibaldi in Italy, and a real elegant one from the Republic of Costa Rica. To a girl like Sophie, born and raised in Prairie City, this was a genuine hero, 10 feet tall, right out of those Eastern novels. A washed-up freebooter and a romantic girl.
You're a very strange young lady. So gentle with a washcloth and so ferocious holding a gun.
It's the first time I ever had a shotgun in my hands.
I'm afraid I've caused you both a lot of trouble.
Let's say you just showed up at the wrong time.
Perhaps the time and the place were meant to be.
I don't know what you mean.
I believe that the Colonel and I are very much alike.
How's that?
Well, he saw his way of life die right in front of his eyes. In Europe, that happened to me also. There is an intriguing rightness that the two of us should face each other like this.
It sounds kind of foolish to me.
Whether I die or live, it's of monumental unimportance. Indeed, there is a theatrical quality about the whole thing that appeals to me.
Come in.
One of Colonel Brumley's men wants...
The Colonel doesn't waste any time. Since you have issued the challenge, it is my privilege to name the weapons. I have chosen guns. A shootout, frontier style, in front of the hotel, at your convenience. Obediently, James William Brumley.
Any answer?
You said what you came to say. You can go now.
I'd like to take you on sometime, mister. Any style.
You mustn't do this. Promise me you won't.
Your concern touches me deeply, Fraulein.
You stay where you are. Let me have this.
But...
Let Vint handle this, please, Count von Gilsa.
I would rather you called me by my first name.
You can't fight Bromley's way. You don't have a chance where he'd kill you before you could even draw.
And I would be very honored to call you Sophie.
Oh, stop it. I just can't believe you care so little for your life. Everyone has some kind of dream to live for.
You are so young.
Look at me.
Child, you're like a flower, so sweet and pure and fair. Du bist wie eine Blume. That's the name of the poem.
It's lovely. But isn't there anything I can say? At least wait. Wait until Vint gets back.
Very well. I'll wait.
Take your good, gentle time here. This little beauty loves plenty of attention. Colonel.
You serious about this?
I'm completely lacking in a sense of humor.
But it would be just the same as shooting a man in the back.
Man shouldn't carry a gun if he doesn't know how to use it.
You carry a gun. How would you like to change things around a bit? You accept this and consider the signature mine.
I found out a few things about you, Mr. Bonner. No thanks. If I took you up, it would be like you shooting me in the back.
All right, then. Let him ride out of town just as peaceable as he rode in.
I'm afraid you misunderstand me. True, I'm not a gunman, but I make sure I have the best talent in Texas. If I merely wanted to have a man killed. But with Von Gilsa, it's something very deep and personal. Something I must do. Be careful of her mane. She's very touchy.
That the way you want to leave it?
Count von Gilsa took his chances when he joined the Northern Army, didn't he? Well, now he can take his chances here against me. That clear?
That's clear.
Mr. Bonner. It's now 5:30. I'm giving you until 6 o'clock to get out of town. If you choose to prolong your visit for some foolish reason or other, you can argue the point with Mr. Clegg here in the saloon of the Wilmer House. You lose, but you can argue.
It's like we scared him off.
You're a rotten judge of men, Clegg.
What are you doing here?
Making sure the right people go in and out.
I'm I'm sure glad you're back, Mr. Bonner. With 3 saloons in town, Colonel Bromley's outfit suddenly decided to favor us with their patronage.
Miss Wilmer's still in the room?
Yes, sir.
You hold still.
I'm concerned about Vint.
Oh, you needn't be.
Aren't you through playing nurse, young lady?
Peter, you know, some people can be wrong about things without even knowing it. Like I was.
You?
Yes. Only a few hours ago, I hated this town. And now I can see how it could be the only place in the world I'd want to live.
And what is the great secret that has performed this miracle?
Falling in love. Don't you believe it could happen this way?
I don't know what to think.
Well, men fall in love with pictures in the Matrimonial Gazette, and Grace Pridey, she went to marry a cousin in Vermont she'd never even seen before.
Yes, that's enough.
Well, you may not love me, but you do need me.
You do not know anything about me.
Oh, I know you're gentle and you're tender. Everything I ever wanted.
That's impossible.
Oh, don't you see? You could be wrong, too. There could be a place for you, and it could be right here.
You seem to forget a matter of my immediate future.
Oh, Vint will take care of that somehow, and tomorrow the Texans will be gone, and we could start a new life for ourselves right here. You know, my father was right. You have to work for your happiness wherever you are. You never find it wrapped neatly in a package over the next hill. You found that out. So have I.
Your father was a very wise man. And he had a lovely daughter. My Liebchen. Oh, my Liebchen.
But Vint told you to wait until he got back.
I waited too long already.
No reason we can't have a drink before you two gentlemen start arguing.
It's after 6, Clay.
You will pardon me. I wouldn't want to be in your way.
It's his shoulder.
You can put your gun away, Mr. Bonner. Took a lot of courage for you to come into this saloon tonight. The same goes for our European friend there when he drew Zach's fire from you.
What's the matter, Colonel Bromley? You getting religion?
No. Just a regrettable flaw in my character. I admire courage in a man. Any man.
I'll get you a doctor. You know, a man is a strange kind of animal. He can wander the face of the earth and never find a place to call his own. I've wounded some myself, and I know. It looked to me as though Peter von Gilsa had found his place. It had been quite a spell since I'd been in town. Since the last anniversary party of the Taylor brothers, in fact. Kermit and Rome Taylor owned the town bank.
I'm going to take this one more chair, and then I'm going to clear out of here.
You've taken enough already, trying to hog all the good furniture for yourself. This chair stays here.
Hog all the good furniture? Well, that's a laugh, particularly since this desk of yours belongs to me. All right, you want this chair? Well, you just take it, and I'll take the desk.
No, you don't. No, you don't. All right, you want this old chair? Take it.
Well,
now you've done
enough to welcome an old friend.
Ben, come on in. Come on in. Glad to see you.
Hello, Kermit.
Well, you here to see the fair?
Yeah, I thought I'd drop by and deposit this $50 before I squandered it on all the concessions. Pop Morgan paid me off for rounding up some of his cattle.
Well, we're always open for business, Vint. I'll make out the passbook for you.
Vint, let me make out the passbook.
Well, I can't see as it makes any difference.
Well, it's a big difference. Rome and I have split up.
Split up?
Yeah. This is my bank now, the Wickford Savings and Trust.
And my bank is across the street, the Wickford Trust and Savings.
Well, then here's $25 for the Wickford Savings and Trust, and $25 for the Wickford Trust and Savings.
Vint!
Well, hi there, Sheriff.
When did you get to town?
I just got in. But I sure was surprised to hear that Rome and Kermit here had split up.
Yeah, if you want to know who started the whole mess, the answer is 2 words. Thelma Taylor.
You leave my wife's name out of this. I suppose your wife, Bessie, is Lily White. She is the troublemaker, Vint.
Look, Vint, let's go over to my funeral parlor. We can talk there, where it's nice and peaceful.
All right, I'll be by later for my past books.
Yep, Vint, the whole town split right down the middle. Some siding with Rome and Bessie, some with Kermit and Thelma. Thelma really started something when she decided to enter her strawberry preserves at the fair. Folks are toting guns again, first time in years.
Oh, come on now, Otto. You can't tell me there'd be gunplay over a thing like this.
When Thelma declared herself in the running, Bessie was fit to be tied. She's won the blue ribbon for preserves the last 5 years.
Well, where'd she get the idea?
Well, it all started last April. Thelma had a birthday on the 5th of April, Bessie on the 10th. Thelma's proud as a peacock riding around town in her new Surrey, which Kermit had given her as a birthday present. It's the nicest carriage in town. Until came time for Rome to give Bessie her present the following week.
Another Surrey?
Even nicer than the one Kermit had given Thelma.
Oh.
Thelma claimed it was just plain spite work. That's how the fireworks started.
How?
Well, Thelma said since Kermit was the oldest, the bank should have gone to him. That Rome had just worked his way around old man Taylor. It was all ancient history until she dug it up.
And Bessie wouldn't take that lying down.
No, she told the whole town old man Taylor had intended the bank to go to Rome.
Well, it looks to me, Otto, like the preserve contest is going to be the most exciting event at the fair.
Oh, it ain't funny, Vint. I'm general chairman. Can't find anybody to judge it.
Well, it's your headache. Good luck.
I've come to give you a piece of my mind, Otto Spears.
What's wrong this time, Bessie? Hello, Bessie.
Oh, but Vint. Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't see you. Welcome to Tower Rock.
There were lots of things been happening since I was here last.
Well, Thelma's been trying to humiliate me, if that's what you mean, and Otto, who ought to be neutral, is on her side.
What have I done?
It's what you haven't done. The fair's tomorrow, and you haven't yet found a judge for the preserve contest.
Look, Bessie, I've been looking all over for one.
All over for one. To find a judge who'd vote for Thelma. That's what he's been doing.
Look, lady, I don't give a hoot who wins this. Wait a minute. I just found your judge.
Who?
You're looking right at him, Vint Bonner.
Oh,
me?
Vint. Oh, that's wonderful. I can stop worrying now.
Oh, yeah, and I can start worrying. I don't know a darn thing about preserves. You know about tasting, don't you?
And everyone knows I make the best strawberry preserves in the county.
I knew I'd find you here, Bessie. And if you're planning with Otto to cheat me out of... Oh, why, Vint, how nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Thelma.
Vint's gonna be preserve judge, Thelma.
You are? Oh, why, that's wonderful, because you're the one man that Bessie can't fool. And it's high time that somebody else won the prize.
I've won the prize year after year because I deserve it.
Ladies, I don't want to be judge.
Oh, Vint, you're my friend. I wouldn't trust any other judge.
Oh, now you're seeing Bessie in her true light, trying to pull the wool over your eyes. As if I didn't trust you, Vint.
Why don't you gals stop ragging each other now? Get going.
I'll go when Thelma does.
See what I mean?
I see what you mean. And I'm not going to be judge.
Oh, Vint, all I want to do is stop this feuding.
I'm not the man for the job, but I know who you should get.
Tell me who.
A fellow by the name of King Solomon. Oh, hi there, Cal. Give me a cup of coffee, Gus.
Hi, Bonner. Have you seen Harry Turner?
Nope.
Been hiding out on me all day, but that ain't gonna get him anything.
What's the matter? I thought you two were partners in that feed and grain store.
Oh, fine sort of partner. Harry's just a low-down no good.
I heard that, Cal. What's eating on you anyhow?
Well, I'll tell you. What do you think you're pulling? Taking all our money out of Rome's bank and putting it in Kermit's.
I got just as much to say about it as you have, and Kermit's an honest banker. Oh, did you hear that, Bean?
Kermit honest. Only reason Harry's on his side is to get even with Rome.
Well, now, look, you two fellows lost me. What's all this about?
Well, Harry used to be soft on Bessie, wanted to marry her. Then Rome come a-courting, and Harry's been sore ever since. That ain't so. No! Then why are you siding with Kermit? Why are you siding with Rome? 'Cause when we needed a loan to open our store, your honest banker Kermit turned us down cold, that's why. It was Rome turned us down. Kermit wanted to lend us the money, only Rome wouldn't agree with it. Kermit told me so himself 3 days ago. Then you tell Kermit he's a liar. Maybe you're saying I'm a liar, too. Well, maybe you are. Now, come on. Now, come on.
No gunplay. No
I'll settle with you later, Harry. Anytime, any place. And why don't you mind your own business?
Why don't I? Here, have some coffee. When you told me the town was split right down the middle, I didn't believe you. Now I see what you mean.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
What's the worst thing about this is some things that start off little can end up being real serious.
Don't I know it? As town undertaker, I've put a lot of nice fellas 6 feet under. Fellas who just thought they had to shoot it out over something didn't amount to a hill of beans.
Though I can't rightly remember of a war starting over strawberry preserves.
We don't want no war, Vint. You got to do something.
You know, Otto, I think you're right. Maybe I ought to judge that contest after all.
Well, today's the day, and you're going to be the prettiest gal at the fair.
Prettier than Bessie?
Oh, that's easy. No contest.
Well, I wish I was that sure of winning the real contest.
Oh, now, Thelma, you're going to win that hands down.
If Vint Bonner isn't taken in by that Bessie, she's so sugar sweet to him it's sick.
Oh, now, Vint Bonner's not so easily taken in.
No, don't be so sure. You know, that Bessie's a sly little minx. There's nothing too low for her to try.
Well, what do you think she might do?
I don't know. But I'll bet she's had Rome up all night planning how to win Vint over on her side.
Oh, Rome sure is putty in that gal's hands.
Honey, would you do me a favor?
Sure.
Why don't you go and see Vint?
Oh, Thelma, I don't think
Please now. And try to make him see how that Bessie schemes every year to win the prize.
But
Oh, honey.
All right, baby.
My woman's intuition is telling me that at this very minute that foxy sister of mine is trying to get Kermit to talk to Vint.
No, she wouldn't have to try very hard. That Kermit's just like a trained monkey on a stick to her. I tell you what, Bessie, I'll see Vint.
Darling.
Oh, Vint. Vint, I've been looking all over for you.
Well, I'm not too hard to find. What's on your mind?
I wanted to find you before Rome starts telling a pack of lies.
Well, if it's about that strawberry preserves contest, I can make up my own mind. Besides, I haven't seen Rome since yesterday. Say, what's wrong with you two men?
Oh, Vint, it's just... You can chalk it all up to Bessie's jealousy.
You're not a hen-pecked husband, are you?
Well, of course I'm not.
You two can handle your women. Why don't you be the peacemakers?
Well, Vint, because it takes two to make a bargain. That's it. And then Bessie, you know. Bessie has got Rome eating right out of the palm of her hand. And all he can think of now is how to pick a fight with me. And someday I'm going to accommodate him. I'm going to haul off and then...
Well, that's no way for brothers to feel.
Well, you'd feel the same way, Vint, if you were in my boots. You know, you're not married.
You know, if I were you, I'd keep an eye on that surrey you bought, Thelma.
What do you mean?
If Rome's as riled as you say he is, he could try something.
You don't think he'd do anything like that?
Oh, I'm not saying he would. I'm just saying he could. This afternoon at the fair, when the surrey's in the barn, nobody's watching.
He better not try, because he'll have the fight of his life on his hands. Thanks for warning me, Vint. I'll be watching him. Oh, About Thelma, I know you'll do right by her.
I'll do right by Thelma.
Vint, whatever my brother Kermit was just trying to put over on you now, don't you believe it. All he's angry for is to see Thelma win the blue ribbon.
And you want to see Bessie win the blue ribbon?
Well, she deserves it. Anyway, it was a cheap trick of Thelma to try to horn in this way.
Well, keep your head. Everything will turn out all right.
Oh, I can keep my head, but what about Kermit? He's a dangerous man.
Him?
I wouldn't put anything past him.
Well, if he's such a dangerous man, you better keep your eye peeled. Just how far do you think he'd go?
Oh, he'd stop at nothing.
Might even be low down enough to mess up that pretty surrey you bought Bessie,
Oh, gosh, you don't think he really...
Even he wouldn't be that low down.
Well, you don't know, Kermit. Anyway, I'm glad the surrey's over at Hank's livery stable. There are too many fellas around there for Kermit to take a chance.
Yeah, it's true. Of course, this afternoon when the fair's on, there won't be anybody around the livery stable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That might be when he tries something. But believe me, Vint, he won't get away with it.
Started off just about like any other county fair, and everyone seemingly out for a real holiday. Back of all this, however, was just a little bit of strain. Bessie had already arrived as confident as one of those prize-fighter fellows about to protect his crown. And as Thelma drove up just as confident, there were more cheers and the tension grew. The judging of the preserves was being held for the last, and while Ezra Stone's heifer was being reported the best bred, I had some things to do. Kermit.
Yeah, Vint?
If I were you, I'd get over to the barn before Rome does.
Did you hear something?
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's just that, well, this is a little advice.
Thanks for the tip, Vint.
Something wrong, dear?
Vint just told me that Rome's up to tricks. I'm gonna have to take care of him.
Don't let anything happen to you, please. Promise me.
Nothing's gonna happen to me. I know what's gonna happen to Rome.
There goes Kermit sneaking off, just like I thought. Now's my chance to catch him red-handed.
Why don't you call the sheriff and let him handle Kermit?
No, Bess. This I'll handle myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, last we come to the blue ribbon for the best strawberry preserves, to be presented by Vint Bonner. All right, Vint, come on up. There are 18 entries.
18? You mean I've got to taste all 18 of them?
Gotta be fair to all the contestants.
Oh, well, let's get started.
Spoon right in.
Don't go into that barn.
Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to you, you lily-livered coward.
You got nerve enough to step inside. We'll see who's the coward.
I thought maybe a little scuffle would clear the air a bit. But who in the world would have figured they'd carry guns?
So I caught you red-handed, didn't I? Sneaking in here to wreck my wife's Surrey.
You caught me red-handed. If I wasn't here, you'd be busting Bessie's buggy right now.
You're not going to wriggle out of it that easy, Rome.
This jar was submitted by Mrs. Bessie Taylor. And this jar was submitted by Mrs. Thelma Taylor.
Gonna take a little doing.
Oh, take plenty of time, Vint. We want you to be dead certain. A lot depends on it.
Yeah, well,
haven't you tasted enough yet to make up your mind?
I'm supposed to pick the best preserves in the county, is that right?
That's right.
Well, this jar by Miss Bessie Taylor is excellent, but I've tasted better.
Well, does that mean that Thelma wins the blue ribbon?
No. The strawberry preserves made by Miss Thelma Taylor is very good, too.
I'm here to protect my property.
You've got me to reckon with.
I am warning you, Kermit.
And I warn you.
Shoot at one another. Man, you've just got to do something.
Look, ma'am, they may not be able to hit one another, but somebody else could get killed.
But Vint, maybe they're murdering one another in there. Do something.
You stay here.
Please.
All right, Miss Taylor.
Oh, Vint, you please.
What do you two think you're doing?
Well, he
were
started.
doing-
I was hiding, and he...
Bessie! Thelma!
Oh, no, listen, you have to
do
bring
that,
this...
Vint.
Please.
Look! Are you two ready to call it quits now?
Well, personally, I'm very happy to be alive.
Good.
Me too.
How about you ladies? You're the one that started all this, you and your strawberry preserves. Are you ready to call it quits?
Well, I guess we did carry things a little bit too far, Vint, but we had no idea there was going to be shooting.
You had no idea. You must have known.
Some one of you men shot my Surrey.
Well, it wasn't me. I hit what I aim at.
Oh, you couldn't hit the high...
Oh, is that so?
Yes,
All right, you four just stay here in this bar until you're ready to act like human beings. Strawberries.
It was you saying on that. Why not? She's I can
Like most people, I sometimes take stock of myself and decide to improve my faults. But there's one I never make much headway with. I just can't seem to mind my own gosh darn business.
Now here's something else. The way this gun is balanced, my company guarantees 67% accuracy shooting from the hip. Now watch this. There, see that? Specially designed for gunfighters. Weighted stock. No matter how you twirl it, it winds up in firing position.
Well, that's right pretty, Mr.
Fraser, sir. George W. Fraser. Western representative of the S&F Smith Company of Hartford, Connecticut. Welcome to fire it if you want, Mr. Bonner.
Much obliged. I don't think I could match you in that fancy twirling, but, let's take an ear off that cactus there. Wait a minute. Here.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all dead. You know him, Mr. Fraser?
No, I don't. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find out who he is. I don't much relish going through a dead man's pockets, but, what the devil?
What's that?
Your guess is as good as mine, but it looks like the torn half of a flag to me.
P-H-O. P-H-O? What does that mean?
I don't know. But we better take him into Twin Rivers with us and talk to Sheriff Townwell.
Take him with us? A cadaver?
Of course. For all you know, he might have been shot with one of those fancy 6-guns of yours. Grab his feet.
Where'd you come on him?
Oh, about 3 hours east of here, just beyond O'Hara's Dip.
Well, strictly speaking, I don't branch out that far. According to our government survey... Afternoon, Mayor Wheeler. This is Vint Bonner, an old friend of mine. He just got in town.
Vint Bonner. I'm very happy to know you, sir.
Glad to know you, Mayor.
You're a man whose reputation is well known in Twin Rivers. How do you do, sir?
Oh, this is Mr. Fraser.
George W. Fraser, sir, representing the S&F Smith Company of Hartford, Connecticut, manufacturers of the Super Smith .45 revolver.
You're a gun salesman, Mr. Fraser. It's very interesting. You see, I'm a gun collector myself. When you've completed your business in town, why not just stop by my house and have a look at my collection? And, you may find that I'm not completely uninterested in whatever samples you may have brought with you.
Well, I'd be delighted to pay you a visit.
Good. I'll be expecting you then. Mr. Bonner, I'd consider it an honor if you, too, would allow me to show you a little Twin Rivers hospitality, if time permits.
I've always got time for a little hospitality, Mayor.
Splendid. I look forward to seeing you both, then. Sheriff, I won't bother you now. I'll come back when... Well, what is this?
Matter of fact, it's the main reason I'm here. That and the dead man I found lying on top of it.
dead man? Someone from Twin Rivers?
Nobody I ever saw before. I never saw that before, neither.
Does it mean anything to you, sir? Well, I should say, gentlemen, it's merely a guess, you understand. It's a fragment of the Beauregard flag.
Beauregard flag? You mean the Confederate flag?
Yes, sir. A battle flag designed by General Beauregard after the Battle of Manassas to supplant the original Confederate flag because of its confusing similarity to the Union flag. I'm sorry. I'm sure you gentlemen have more important things to do than listen to a recital of useless information. Mr. Bonner, Mr. Fraser, I shall look forward to seeing you both at your convenience.
Yes, sir, Mayor.
Beauregard flag.
Was Mayor Wheeler from the South, Sheriff?
I don't know where he's from, Mr. Fraser. Only know he showed up in town just before the end of the war. Opened a general store, he worked hard. Town elected him mayor about 2 years ago.
Seems like a good man.
He sure is. What are you thinking about, Mr. Fraser?
Nothing. Just wondering. Seem to know so much about a Confederate flag.
What does that mean?
Doesn't mean a thing. Did say something about the Battle of Manassas.
Well?
It's Southern talk. Up north, they call it the Battle of Bull Run.
By golly, that's right.
You got a flowery way of talking. Well, I like a mystery, but I came here to sell guns, and I better get on with it before the company decides it's a mystery why they hired me. I'll be seeing you around town before I pull out.
All right. Well, I better get on with buying the supplies I came for. It's all yours, Sheriff. The body, Confederate flag, and the Battle of Bull Run.
Thanks a lot, Vint. Well, I suppose I gotta ask around and see if anybody came through town I missed. But I know there ain't. The last fellow that came through town wasn't your dead friend. He had brown hair and a Virginia drawl. Oh, about 2 weeks ago. He spent an hour with the mayor, and then he rode away.
Confederate flags, Virginia drawls. Say, Sheriff, may I keep this?
Sure, Vint.
I thought the war was over. Well, since the mayor isn't home, Mrs. Wheeler, I'll come back some other time.
Why, certainly not, Mr. Bonner. He's only stepped out for a few minutes. Come on over and sit down and have a cup of tea till he gets back.
Thank you, ma'am.
You don't think I'd let you get out of here that fast, do you? It's so seldom we have any visitors. Why, you're our first in, about a month and a half, I'd say.
You said a month and a half?
A month and a half?
You said a month and a half since your last visitor.
Well, I think so. John McMichaels from Blade. He just stopped by on his way through town.
Is this McMichaels from Virginia?
Virginia? Oh, no, I should say not. Blade's up north of here, almost up to Casper.
Then he's not a Southerner.
Why, John was born right here in Twin Rivers. His folks moved away when he was just a little boy. This is the first time he's been by since then.
A month and a half and not 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Bonner, I'm afraid I don't understand what you're asking me.
I heard that a man came through here about 2 weeks ago.
Mr. Bonner! I'm sorry I wasn't here to welcome you, sir.
Hello, Mr. Mayor. I was just in the neighborhood. I thought I'd drop by.
I'm glad you did. I couldn't be happier. Florence, I'd bet Mr. Bonner's a man who'd appreciate a good glass of hard cider.
Oh, I just offered him a cup of tea.
Tea? Plenty of time for tea. Do you have a palate for cider, Mr. Bonner?
Well, I never turned on a glass yet.
You've answered me, sir. Come this way.
Oh, Sam, you're not taking Mr. Bonner to the cellar.
And that's where the cider is, my dear. Come along, Mr. Bonner.
Right with you, Mayor. Excuse me, ma'am.
Hard cider's not easily come by these days, Mr. Bonner.
That's right, Mayor.
This is not the ordinary stuff. I age it myself.
you. Have very good health, sir. And yours, sir.
Mr. Bonner, I'm most desperately in need of help.
I thought you knew more about the flag than you let on.
The flag. Do you have it with you?
Right here.
May I, sir? Phoenix, Mr. Bonner. Phoenix. From our ashes, the South shall rise again.
But what is Phoenix? And who are you?
I'll tell you, because I need your help. It's a strange story, Mr. Bonner. Won't you sit down? There were only 12 of us to begin with, all hot-blooded sons of some of the first families of Virginia. The South was beaten. But we 12 swore a bloody oath that from our ashes we would make her rise again. Phoenix. We'd collected a large sum of gold. I won't tell you how we collected it. Some of the ways weren't pretty. But we were patriots, and we felt the cause justified the methods. This was our plan. One of our number would take this hoard of gold and ride to the northwest, find himself a town, assume a new identity, and settle there, as long as it took for federal surveillance to be abandoned. Then this gold would be taken from its hiding place and used to raise a new army.
You mean start the war again?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yes, it is. What about this flag?
6 of the Beauregard pennants were torn in half. Each of us received a fragment. The man that was chosen to safeguard the gold was told to wait until someone came to him with one of these. Then he would know it was time.
Then you have the gold.
Yes. 2 weeks ago, a stranger came to me, bringing one of these.
That would be the man with the Virginia accent. He was seen coming to you.
Yes, he was the first messenger. And I sent him away. Years change a man, Mr. Bonner. I was young then, hot with the fire of defeat. I carried the pride of Virginia on my shoulders. But I'm older now. My temper's cooled. I have a wife, a child. I'm liked and respected here. This is all past.
You said the first messenger.
Yes. The second came 2 nights ago. I knew he would. You see, Phoenix allowed for the possibility that some of us may change our minds. The first came simply with news, and I sent him away. The second came with threats.
What happened?
I killed him. His was the body you found.
Where's the gold now?
It's here. Untouched, intact. The exact sum I buried there the day I arrived in Twin Rivers. I know what's on your mind, Mr. Bonner. Why don't I just give it to them and wash my hands of the whole affair? I cannot. They cannot be allowed to carry out this mad plan. The war's over and done.
What happens if you continue to refuse?
When the second messenger fails to return, they'll dispatch a third. There can be little doubt as to what his orders will be.
How do you do?
How do you do?
My name is Frazier. Mayor Wheeler asked me to stop by.
Oh, just a minute. Sam, do you want to talk to him, Mr. Frazier?
Frazier?
He says you asked him to stop by.
Oh, yes, the gun salesman. Yes, Florence, please ask him to come in.
Won't you come in, Mr. Frazier?
Thank you, ma'am. Mayor?
Come in, Mr. Frazier, come in. It's awfully nice of you to remember me.
Well, if you two are going to talk about guns, I'll leave. It's no place for a woman.
Why don't you sit down, Mr. Frazier?
Thank you. But before I do, I'd like to show you one or two of our latest models. You might find something here that you'd like to add to your collection. Let's see. What have I got to show you? Yes. Single action. Double action.
I'm afraid my collection is rather complete just now, Mr. Frazier.
Doesn't have one of these, sir. This isn't everybody's gun, Mayor. This is special. A limited edition, manufactured under the strictest supervision. It's the only one I have with me, and I've been waiting for a person just such as you are, sir, to show it to. Have I guessed correctly, Mayor Wheeler? Are you intrigued? On behalf of the Phoenix, sir, I bring you greeting.
You are the third messenger.
I am the final messenger. You were informed, you were warned, and now it is the decision of the Phoenix that you be...
I know you'd like a cup of tea, Mr. Frazier.
Why, yes, indeed. Thank you, ma'am.
Just put your gun down over there and join us.
And these guns?
Would you mind,
Sure.
Mr. Frazier? Now, we can all sit down and have our tea. Oh, my goodness.
What is it?
I'm sure I left the kettle boiling on the stove. I'd better check it.
Florence.
I'll be right back. Don't wait for me. Oh, Mr. Bonner! Mr. Bonner! Mr. Bonner, that Mr. Frazier, he's in there with Sam. He's one of them.
From the Phoenix?
Yes, he's going to kill him. Oh, please come quickly.
Afternoon, Mr. Bonner. Coming to see the mayor?
That's right.
Mrs. Wheeler, thank you for the hospitality. Good day.
Sam, thank heavens. Thank heavens.
You knew who he was.
I know everything, Sam. About the flags, the gold, the messengers. What you've done, and what they've done to you.
But I never told you about it.
I know. You've kept this secret all to yourself for all these years. But that first messenger didn't know that. He told me everything. You see, I pretended not to know what you were talking about when you asked about the man with the Virginia accent. How was I to know who you were?
Yes, ma'am, I see.
Sam, I thought he'd killed you.
No, dear. Not yet. They're remarkably fair-minded, my old comrades. They want to make absolutely sure that I'm guilty before they execute me. They've given me until nightfall to produce the gold, get ready to return. If I refuse... Mr. Bonner, what am I to do?
Mayor Wheeler, I wonder if you'd loan me your Beauregard flag for a while.
Come in. Welcome, Mr. Bonner.
Oh, Mr. Fraser?
Bang, bang. Let me pour you a drink.
Thanks, I like that. Kind of a warm day.
Still carrying that old flag around with you, huh?
Oh. Well, nobody seems to know what it's for.
Here.
Thank you.
Happy days. Guess we'll never find out who that dead man was. Kind of hard to figure out, isn't it? Half of a rebel flag, the letters PHO sewed across it. This isn't the same flag.
No. This is my flag.
Yours. And you're one of them?
You didn't know who I was, and I didn't know who you were.
How'd you find out?
Mayor Wheeler told me. He asked for my help. Funny, isn't it? He even showed me where he hid the gold.
He did?
So we don't need him anymore. So, we will pick up the gold tonight and be on our way back to Richmond. Comrade, let's drink to the cause. I see you're still selling guns, Mr. Fraser.
This is a real article, Mr. Bonner. You Phoenixes are well named, all right. No sooner do I think all of you are stamped out than another one crops up somewhere. I never thought you were one of them, though.
Well, I kind of got the impression that you might not be heading back to Richmond with the gold.
Pretty clever figuring.
And that the Confederacy wasn't exactly your favorite charity.
George W. Fraser's my favorite charity.
Where did you get the flag?
From one of you Phoenixes. The last one. At least I thought he was the last when I took that flag off his body. I killed the first one. Mayor Wheeler got rid of the second. And now there's just me, and you, and Mayor Wheeler. And all that gold to be had for the taking. And you're so clever at figuring, maybe you can figure out just who's gonna do that taking.
I came here to kill him myself and give myself up. I couldn't go on living in fear of what they may do.
You have nothing to worry about, Mr. Mayor. You're the last one left.
What about the other messenger?
Fraser killed him. He himself was just a drifter who heard about a good thing and came for the gold.
Then it's finished? Mr. Bonner, I can't tell you how relieved I am. Now I think I'd better go and turn myself over to Sheriff Townley.
We both have something to talk to the sheriff about, but what about the gold?
Yes.
Well, the war left a lot of women without husbands, a lot of children without fathers, both the North and the South.
Mr. Bonner, I believe I can trust you to see that it serves a worthy cause.
That's a job I'd like, sir. As Mr. Lincoln said, to bind up the nation's wounds and care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan. With thick, rich veins of the yellow stuff in the surrounding hills. Now all the gold was long since gone, except for that which remained in men's dreams. I thought I heard a cry, long ways off. Could have been an animal. Then it could have been something else.
We ain't got time for any more of that.
Can you think of a better way to make him talk?
Yeah. One sure way. Now listen to me, old man, because I'm only going to ask you this one more time. You can still hear, can't you?
I can still hear.
That's good. Because maybe now you can stay alive. Now for the last time, where'd you find that gold?
You'll have to kill me first.
Any way you like it, old man.
Vent, Bonner.
Drop the gun, easy. Well, the next one goes right between your eyes. You're Hiram Grover, aren't you?
That's me.
What are they trying to do, kill you?
Take more than the likes of them to hurt an old desert rattler.
Now let him go. All right, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, shoot.
Don't do it, Len.
Now you drop that gun or I'll break this man's arm.
Do as he says, Len. Or do you want to kill your old brother?
He calls your brother.
That's the only thing that's keeping you alive. I'll make you a deal, mister.
Name it.
Let him go. I won't use this. Otherwise, I'll kill you both.
Drop the gun first.
Do it, Len.
Give you a hand, Hiram?
I don't need no help.
They sure worked you over.
Why? Why? They're after the gold. Want to steal my claim.
Gold? Claim? What are you talking about?
Here. Loaded with the yellow stuff. I'll show you. The best ore I've seen in 40 years of looking. Yes, sir. Ore that'll make a man's eyes pop right out of his head.
You mean rock, don't you, Hiram?
No, I don't mean no such darn thing. I mean ore.
Now, look, old-timer, everybody knows that these hills were cleaned out over 20 years...
No, wait a minute. That ain't so. It ain't played out. It's just harder to find.
Well, maybe you found something, but you sure...
Gold? I say it's gold. If this here yellow stuff I've got here don't assay out over $1,000, I'll eat mule steak on Sunday.
$1,000?
Yes, and that ain't all. I'll just bet that this vein I found will deliver more gold in 1 year than all they ever took out of California.
All right, Hiram,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves getting a strike, you do. You've been looking longer than anybody I know.
Yeah, 45 years, Bent. Yeah, 45 years come winter. I told them people in Clay City that there was still gold in them there mountains. I could smell it. Would they believe me? No, they said old Hiram was touched, that his brains was rattling from too much sun. Well, they'll start braying a different song now. Fools. You think that I don't know gold when I see it?
Well, anyone can make a mistake, even an old-timer.
It ain't no mistake, you young fool. This is the real thing.
All right, Hiram,
All right.
You need any help getting to Clay City?
No, I know more shortcuts than you do. I'll be into town before you're into bed. Yes, and you can tell them people in Clay City that Hiram Grover struck it rich.
I'll tell them.
And see what they say about
I'll
that.
tell
Yeah, you just tell them.
Even if I'd felt like telling anyone, I knew no one would believe it. Not any more than I believed it myself. Anyway, the sun was going down when I got to Clay City. It was coming on Saturday night, but after roundup time at the Circle G, all I was thinking about was a feed for Scar and myself and 10 good hours of sleep between clean, cool sheets. Who is it?
Hiram Grover, I gotta talk to you. It's important.
Oh. Come on in, Hiram.
Vint, if the whole world isn't chock full of sidewinders, horn toads, and rattlesnakes.
No, wait. Just a minute. What's the matter?
Oh, Enos Wilson is what's the matter?
You mean that man that runs the assay office?
Yeah, he couldn't tell a gold nugget from a tea kettle.
Well, what you mean? He told you that the stuff you brought in isn't any good, is that it?
No, that's the trouble. He didn't say nothing, one way or the other.
Well, then, what are you ranting around about?
You see, by the time I got the burros back into town, it was most 7 o'clock, and Enoch was closing up the assay office.
And it's a very good time for closing. And speaking of closing, Hiram...
I left them 3 sacks of gold with him and told him I wanted a report as soon as possible, and you know what he told me. Said I couldn't get a report till Monday.
Well, isn't that natural, tomorrow being Sunday?
Yeah, that's the same excuse he tried to hand me, the lying skunk.
Hiram, in case you don't know it, Sunday has a habit of coming after Saturday.
Vint, would you listen to me?
Hiram, everybody's been listening to you for years. All the times you've claimed to have struck it rich. If once, just once, you weren't convinced that this was it.
But, Vint, this is it.
Oh, Hiram, not again. Not again.
No, it's gold. It's gold, I tell you, Vint.
Hiram, all right. If it's gold, couldn't you wait till Monday?
Well, I can wait. I've waited for 40 years. But what I don't like is a pack of lies being told.
By the little fellow at the assay.
Yeah. I left my gold with him. Had no choice. Got me a bowl of beef stew at O'Brien's, and then I come back to see about the burros. I peeked in the window, and there was Enoch sitting at the counter, testing my 3 sacks of gold.
All right, so he was testing your gold. That doesn't prove anything.
Oh, don't you see, Vint? He's fixing to take my gold for himself. As soon as he finds out how valuable it is, he'll do some substituting, and I'll wind up with 3 sacks of plain rock when I come in to see him on Monday.
Look, if you're so upset about this, why don't you go to him? Ask him straight out. He's probably got a simple enough explanation.
Well, I'm going to, and that's why I want you to go along.
Go along?
Vint, I need help. I ain't as young as I used to be, and you know what this strike means to me. Now, you don't want to see somebody swindle me out of it, do you?
No, Hiram.
Well, all right. Come on, we ain't got all night.
Well, give me a chance to get on some clothes.
Howdy, Enoch.
There they are. Them's my sacks.
Well, surely your sacks, Hiram.
You see, he ain't even denying it.
You've gone out of your mind, or...
I'll ask the questions, and you'll do the answering from now on, Enoch. And you better not lie in front of Vint Bonner here, either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you said that you couldn't assay this ore until Monday.
Well, what if I did?
Well, it appears like you sort of changed your mind on it.
Vint, would you know what's the matter with him?
Well, yes, I've got a fair idea.
There ain't nothing the matter with me. I can still take care of any skunk that tries to cheat me out of my gold.
What? Who you calling a skunk?
You. And if you ask me, it sure fits.
Why, you dried up little donkey pusher, I can know what you were.
Now, wait a minute! Before one of you old fighting cocks throws your back out of place.
He can't talk to me that way.
I'll talk to you any way I like.
No, you can't, Hiram. Not unless you can prove what you're talking about.
Proof? Why, if I was trying to cheat him, would I have sent word for him to come by and pick up his assay report tomorrow morning?
You sent word?
Ask Mike O'Brien, you old horsehead. Went by the cafe myself looking for you. You'd already left. So I told him if he saw you to give you the message.
You told Mike?
Well, Hiram?
Well, doggone it, Vint, how was I to know?
Well, Enoch, I guess he's sorry.
Oh.
What did change your mind? Why did you decide to make your essay tonight instead of Monday?
He's been bringing me samples to assay for more years than I can remember. Usually it's low-grade stuff, too thin with weight and hardness to even bother about. A little better than fool's gold. But this time he seemed more anxious than usual. And then, too, this is definitely more promising. So I figured I'd just get right at it instead of waiting until Monday morning.
Enoch.
What do you want, you old fool?
Enoch. What is it? Is it gold, Enoch? Is it gold?
You think he might have stumbled onto something?
I can't say positively yet. I still got to make a couple of tests. But it looks like maybe it's gold.
Gold? I found it! I found gold! Yippee! I found gold! Yippee! I found gold! Gold! Yippee! I found it!
Evening, gentlemen.
Who are you?
Never mind. Grab some air. All 3 of you.
I see here,
You too, old man. I guess you didn't expect to see us again. I just start reaching. I guess this time there'll be no problem killing you. You run this place?
Well, I do the assaying.
And open the safe.
Well, there really ain't nothing.
Never mind, Stolen. Get it open.
It was real nice, lugging this in for us.
You leave that alone, you hear?
Take it easy, Grandpop. Feels real heavy.
That all belongs to me. You got no right to it.
I guess you just don't hear good. I said take it easy.
I spent most of my life looking for that gold, and I... You leave it...
Hiram, let me see. You saved my gold, Vint. We better get him to a doctor, quick.
Doc Nibble's house is in the next block.
We'll take him there. Grab hold. How is it, Doctor?
Well, it's too early to tell anything yet. I got the bullet out, but he still isn't out of the woods.
See what you mean.
For a man his age to lose all that blood, it's a very serious thing.
Sure.
I understand you got the thieves, both of them.
You sure did, Doc. What are his chances, do you think, Doctor?
He's an old man. I've seen fellows a whole lot younger than...
Yeah.
Say, you better get yourself some rest.
Well, I thought maybe we could,
Nothing you can do here. Not a chance of him coming to before morning.
Come on, Vint. Doc will take care of him. All right, I'll see you in the morning, Doctor. I guess I didn't know how tired a man could get. Anyway, I slept till after 10 the next morning. Or maybe it was because I just didn't like the thought of going to Doc's to find out how Hiram was. I started to head for Doc's anyway. Then I passed the assay office, and though it was Sunday, I saw Enoch in there.
Howdy, Vin.
Morning, Enoch. Well, I see you got the place all straightened up.
Oh, yeah, Sheriff Jay and his deputy took care of that. I just came back from seeing Hiram.
Oh. Is he?
No, but sure don't look good.
It's kind of sad. Just when he seems to have found what he's been looking for all his life.
You know, I couldn't sleep last night after all that fracas, and so I came back here and I finished up all the work on Hiram's samples.
This it?
Yeah.
Looks real rich.
Oh, it's the real thing, all right, no doubt about it.
So the old goat was right.
If there's any more ore as rich as this in those mountains, we'll have a full-scale gold rush right here in Clay City.
Oh, Hiram ought to know about it.
Oh, he knows it.
He does?
Well, I told you that I couldn't sleep. So after I finished up the assay early this morning, I went right back over to Doc's. Well, I thought that Hiram would want to know before...
That was mighty thoughtful of you, Enoch.
It wasn't nothing. I just couldn't sleep, that's all. Oh, Doc says he's got a good, strong constitution for a man of his age. Why, he just hasn't got any fight left. And you know, Vent, he just doesn't care whether he lives or dies.
Well, you had a hard night, Enoch. You probably all tuckered up, too.
Oh, no, Vent. You see, Doc couldn't understand it either. He thought if there was anything that would make Hiram want to live, it would be knowing he'd struck it rich.
Well, you'd think so after he spent most of his life grubbing around those mountains.
Well, the only way we can explain it is that Hiram just don't believe me. Maybe he thinks I'm lying to him because he's so bad off.
Well, he did say he never got an honest assay.
So we thought, the Doc and me, we thought that maybe if he heard it from you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You know, Enoch, if I ever need a Philadelphia lawyer, I'm going to call on you. Well, Hiram, how's it going?
Fair, Vint, fair, considering.
Well, the doctor says you're going to be real well real soon.
Yeah, he told me.
But you know, the doctor can't do it all by himself. You've got to give him some help.
It don't matter. Don't matter at all.
Now, what are you talking about? I figured you'd be jumping up and down in bed, just raring to get going as soon as you heard the news.
You mean about the gold?
Yeah, Enoch here says he told you. Biggest strike ever made around Clay City.
Yeah, he told me.
You believe him, don't you?
Yeah, I believe him. I know it is real stuff first time I found it. Maybe that was the sign.
The sign?
Yeah, Vint. My life's over. 45 years I looked for that yellow stuff. And now that I've found it, it don't leave no reason to keep on looking. No reason at all. Oh, after all those years, I'm tired, Vint. Awful tired.
But Hiram, you're going to be a rich man, a very rich man.
Oh, you think that's why I was hunting for gold? Because it'd make me rich? Well, when I was younger, maybe that was a reason. But lately, in the last few years, I wanted to prove it to folks that I knew what I was talking about, that Hiram Grover wasn't touched in the head like they said.
But Hiram, you know better than to believe anything that people say about you.
So, it won't be so hard to die. It won't be hard at all. I got done what I set out to do. I guess maybe I'm luckier than most men get to be.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
It just goes to show, Vint, that things turn out for the best.
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess Enoch here did the right thing.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. You get some rest.
Now, just a minute, Vint Bonner. What'd you start to tell me about Enoch Wilson doing something? Now, finish it up. What you going to tell me? Go on.
Hiram, I don't want to get you upset, so you just get some rest.
Great jumping Jehoshaphat. Don't you worry none about me getting upset. I can take care of myself. Now, what was it you're going to tell me?
Well, Hiram, you were so weak and so feeble, you can hardly blame Enoch here for feeling sorry for you.
Feeling sorry for me? Enoch Wilson feeling sorry for me?
Well, anyway, I guess that's the reason he felt he had to tell you that...
You don't mean he was lying to me? That ore that I brought in wasn't full of gold?
No, I didn't say that.
Great balls of fire. Why, you low-down skunk. Of all the low-down double-crossing...
You're a sick man, and you better get...
Sick man, am I? I'll show you how sick I am. So, it wasn't true, huh, about my strike?
Now, Hiram, a man in your condition...
My condition? They thought I was going to die. And then they were all going to have a laugh on me, huh? Well, I just ain't going to be that obliging. No, sir. I'm going to get well if it kills me. I'll do it in spite of people and tell me about these things. And I'll find gold. Yes, sir, I'll go out and find it in them there mountains where I said I'd find it. Tell you? Yes. Anyway, you're going to soft soap me into kicking the bucket.
Hey, Doc, come here.
Oh! Shut it.
Looks like your patient made a miraculous recovery.
You just tell them, Vint, that if they're thinking anything like that, they'd better start thinking... Oh, drat it. They'd better start thinking different.
Well, sir, by the time Hiram got well and found out he was responsible for a genuine gold rush, there just wasn't much he could do about it. Then the way the money poured in, faster than Hiram could spend it, no matter how hard he tried. Sure went in for some fly-by-night schemes, though. Like organizing a prospecting expedition to go to Alaska, someplace called the Klondike. Now, who'd ever find gold in a place like that? You know, it isn't often out here you find a town thanking its sheriff for something he's done, instead of criticizing him for something they think he should have done. That's why when I got word that the folks in Little Beaver were giving my old friend Jebediah Barnes a gold star for 40 years of service to the town, I decided it was something I had to get in on. Howdy, Jim.
Vint Bonner, what the devil brought you to Little Beaver?
Came for the celebration.
Celebration? Seeing the last of me in this territory calls for a celebration, huh? Shake hands with Charlie Craig. He's taking over my old job.
Glad to know you, Charlie.
Howdy, Mr. Bonner. Heard Jeb talk about you lots of times.
Vint, be glad to shake the dust of this town off my boots.
When you leaving?
Got the old wagon hitched up right now. Just a-waiting for me over at Pearson's livery. As soon as the good folks of this town get tired of hearing themselves make speeches and hand me a gold star they claim they're giving me, I'm going to be on my way. What do you think of that, Vint, a gold star?
Oh, I think that's wonderful. Nobody deserves it more, Jim.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Probably made it out of my own fillings.
Hey, where you going?
Old Mexico. Got me nephew down there. Well, she's all yours, son. There's your tin badge. Now, you make yourself at home. You won't have long to wait. 40 years is all. Maybe they'll give you a gold star before you're out on your saddlebags. See you over at the celebration.
Be over in a little while.
Come on, Vint. Buy you a drink before all them speeches start. Just be a farmer.
Good time for you, sir.
Oh, very best, sir. Good luck, sir.
What are you doing in here, Jeb? Just wetting my mouth a little, Mayor. I know you, when you get to wading into one of them speeches of yours, man could perish of thirst before it's over.
Well, maybe we better get started so I can give you that gold star and see the last of you, huh?
Say, those three men over there, they look familiar, do you know?
Reckon I ought to have sent them all to penitentiary once. They served their time. That one in the middle is Sam Baggett. The other two are his pals. Wingo Jenner and Bill Cowan. Used to be real ornery.
What do you suppose they're doing in town?
Probably don't believe the old Jeb Barnes is going to hang up his gun. Come in to see for themselves. You know, I ain't sheriff anymore. Charlie Craig's wearing my tin badge. I'm getting a gold one. Putting me out to graze. Well, them three's Charlie's problems now on.
Now, my friends, if I was to stand up here and start trying to tell you the list of things that Jeb Barnes has done for this town during the 40 years he's been our sheriff, if I was to underline the times he's risked his lives serving us, or if I was to give you item by item of the perils he's undergone, bringing law and order to the frontier, or keeping peace and dignity in this community, or more than likely I'd be up here most of the night a doing of it.
You're going to be up there half the night not doing it.
If I didn't pop off once in a while now and then, strangers in town wouldn't know I was the mayor. Well, this isn't a big town. It isn't a rich town. But we got a big heart here in Little Beaver, my friends. But we ain't got a big bank account. And it wouldn't be fitting to let Jeb hang up his holster and walk away from here without some little token of this town's appreciation and gratitude. And
So we got together, some of us that is, and we scraped together all the funds we could lay our hands on. Legal, that is. And so finally well, where in the name of... I put it up here near my brains, so naturally I forgot all about it. Well, now we've had our laughs. Now let's get serious. Pretty thing. I don't reckon it's more than about $7 worth of gold in this here thing, you know. But heck, this town could never pay Jeb Barnes for the price of 40 years of service. Now, none of us going to live forever. And after we're all dead, gone, and forgot, the people who come after us, they're the ones who's going to remember the name of Jebediah Barnes, one of the best men the West will ever see. Well, Jeb, better come on up here before I make a fool of myself and blubber right out in public.
Say, Sheriff, did you notice those men that left here a few moments ago?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I just saw them going to the bank. Maybe you ought to take a look.
Well, the bank's open for business, Mr. Bonner.
That's right. I'm probably being silly.
There you are. Well, turn it over, Jeb. Read out what it says. When all our... When all our histories wrote and done, the name of Jeb Barnes will head chapter 1. I wrote that myself. Speech! Speech! Folks, I never been much for making speeches. I never wrote down what I want to say to you. Probably just as well I didn't, on account of I probably wouldn't be able to see what I'd wrote. It doesn't seem like 40 years ago when I rode into Little Beaver. Most of the time these last few years, it doesn't seem like I was ever 40 years younger than I am right now. So after everything's over and done, I just want to say this. When I came to Little Beaver, there was nothing here. I didn't amount to much either. 40 years later, Little Beaver's a city. I'm an old man. Me growing old had anything to do with Little Beaver growing into a city. I guess it's about all one man can do in this life. I don't need any reward for doing it. If I have any reward coming, I guess the good Lord will see that I get it one of these days. Even though I'm not your sheriff anymore, I aim to wear this gold star, even if it's not legal. And anybody that tries to take it off on me... Help!
3 of them came into the bank. Nobody was paying any attention to them. First thing we knew, we was looking down 6-shooters and getting tied and gagged.
What'd they get?
$30,000. and gold. They knew just what they was after. I had it all boxed, waiting for the Overland Express.
I'm forming a posse. Any of you men that want to join me, saddle up, get your guns, and go to my office for deputizing. Want to ride with us, Sheriff?
Sheriff, me? I'm just an old goat with a gold star, sonny. Buckboard's about all these old bones can handle. Oh, you go ahead and bring them bank robbers in. Don't ever let me hear you complain you didn't have anything to do the first day on your job.
Well, suit yourself, but I better get started before they get clean away.
Good luck.
Well, Jeb, it looks like you're about right. They were just waiting for you to resign.
They didn't wait long enough. They could outroad an old codger like me easy. Charlie Craig will have him behind bars before sundown.
Sundown's not far away.
Hey, you're right, Vin. I got about 250 miles of traveling between me and my nephew. Looks like our celebration's over. I better be on my way. If you're ever down Mexico way...
I wouldn't pass you by, Jeb.
I don't like laying around so close to the road. There's probably a posse heading this way already.
What if there is, Wingo? You got nothing on us a posse would be interested in? We got our gold coming by Pony Express. Right in the spot nobody think of looking for it. Try a little bit more of this coffee.
Figured on riding, Mr. Bonner?
I thought I'd move along. I only came in for the ceremony.
Yeah, come to a sorry end, too. Bank holdup and all. I sure wish Jeb Barnes was sitting at the head of that posse instead of Charlie Craig. Charlie's a good man, but he just don't have Jeb's experience.
Yeah. Any word come back yet?
No, nobody's rode back yet.
Well, still a nice ceremony. You gave a real fine speech. Looked to be 3 sets of prints. No reason to believe they were the bandits' hoof marks. But if they were, it meant they'd double around after leaving town. And that meant that Charlie Craig's posse was riding its head off in the wrong direction.
Darkening down fast.
Yeah, them buckboards move slow.
Supposing he don't come this way at all. Or supposing he drove by and we never heard him.
Suppose you tie a knot in that tongue of yours. Making so much noise we won't hear him when he does come.
Wagon tracks. I thought of Jeb and his buckboard heading down toward Old Mexico. Only these tracks were going north. That meant either it wasn't Jeb, or else Jeb wasn't going to Mexico at all. Or was Jeb on the trail of the bandits? One old man striking out against 3 armed killers. And Charlie Craig's posse halfway to midnight in the other direction.
There you are. $3,000 for each of you. Well, is the agreement carried out? Is everybody satisfied?
I think everybody's satisfied, Jeb.
Sure. Well, I guess maybe everybody ain't.
You got a problem, Wingo?
Maybe I have.
You got your 3,000, same as you agreed, same as the others.
I know what I got. How much money was in that tin box?
It's 30, wasn't it?
That's right.
30. We got 3 each. That makes 9. Leaving 21,000 for himself. We done all the work, and he did all the taking.
Listen, you got every penny you signed on to get. If you didn't like your cut, why didn't you say so before we made the deal?
Well, I'm saying it now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe when we were agreeing to your terms, we sort of keeping our fingers crossed, planning to make a different cut later on.
It sure don't sound like a bad idea.
You're not so stupid after all, Wingo. Maybe we ought to have a different cut.
Well, maybe you ought to go whistling your whiskers. You think I'm going to sit around and bargain with you 3 varmints? Don't you try that. You didn't think I could still draw, did you? I knew who I was picking when I picked you 3. I know who's against me now. Now you do as I tell you. Get your stuff and get out of here.
Now, Jeb, don't you be stupid enough to go against 4 guns all aimed at your belly.
I made you a fair bargain. I gave you more money than you'd ever seen in your lives.
And you kept more than we've ever seen either.
I did all the figuring. Did all the planning.
We did all the taking.
We ain't through yet. You know, we asked you for a different divvy, and you turned us down. You know what that's going to cost you, don't you, Jeb? $21,000.
You're going to take it all?
That's right.
You can't do that.
You're going to see us do it, right in front of your eyes. Wingo, go out in the buckboard, bring that box in.
Now listen, I didn't tell you this, but I wrote up all about planning this robbery and about hiring you to help me. I sealed it in an envelope and put it safe in my office.
You did nothing of the kind. You're a liar.
True.
You know, you don't want the folks in Little Beaver to find out their respected sheriff is nothing but a common thief. And what if you did write it out, put it in the safe? Nobody's going to open it. On account of nobody's ever going to know anything ever happened to you.
Got it.
Praise, all of you.
I trailed him here, Vin. Picked up the tracks about 2 miles down the road. They got the drop on me when I went for them.
I'm sorrier than I can say, Jeb. I've been back there quite a while. I heard a lot. Now drop the guns, all of you. Don't touch the gun, Jeb.
3 to 1 against you, Vince. You'll need help.
Till I know better, there's 4 to 1.
I wouldn't do anything to harm you, Vince.
Come on over here.
Look behind you!
done did it, Red. I done did the job.
I got some water, Jeb.
Don't waste it. Spent 40 years protecting them, driving the rustlers off their ranges, fighting the Indians that tried to burn their houses, protecting them while they made themselves rich.
That was your job.
I did my job. I was paid a sheriff's salary. While they was getting rich, I had to save up to buy a new pair of boots. Then when it was over, time to retire. So long, Jeb. Thanks, Jeb. You're the gold star, Jeb. Now you run along. You run along off someplace and die, while we look around for somebody else to take care of us while we're making money. All I wanted, Vint, was something to live on while I was dying. I didn't have nobody.
What about your nephew down in Old Mexico?
Ain't got no nephew. Ain't got nobody. I got a gold star. Try eating a gold star. I know I did wrong, Vint. I know I was wrong.
Daggett had me in these sights. You could let him kill me and gotten clean away with the gold.
I guess when you're wearing any kind of a star, you can't kill your friends. And the gold. How did it happen, Mr. Bonner?
Mr. Mayor, Jeb spent 40 years earning that gold star. Today he earned it all over again.
And old Jeb tracked him down?
You got your gold. He got himself killed doing it. Didn't seem to be any point in telling them what really happened. Wouldn't help them. And it wouldn't help Jeb. But riding out of Little Beaver that evening, I got to thinking. Nobody really thanks a sheriff for all the things he does.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমারও মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম, ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয়, এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে, ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো বলবেন। আপনি কি উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার, ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
1 video 1 ngày 5 tháng 7 2024 bên Chilling Let's Go White. Mày sẽ bay tiếp cho các em xem nhé. Ok, phải để tự lại. Anh sẽ khiển một chút. Mày sẽ kiếm được 50 củ để 50 củ để luôn tiếp lên chiến sĩ nhất. Ê, nếu lái được thẳng quá, chơi mua. Lái thẳng rồi. Chi xong rồi phải không? Mày hút à? Đùa, mày đùa thôi, thầy kệ cho mày tự đi. Truyền thuyết tăng trưởng mày. Cách xa sửa binh nhé. Ok, thật ra được 3 của 47 chưa? Cộng 3 với 17 như trừ 20%. Rồi tầm chơi được 20%. Đây là nạp chút năng lượng trôi qua bản thân. Đây sẽ lên 127 triệu đồng nào. 127 triệu quét à? Đây chơi lên, đây nguồn 2 cái màu vàng. Rồi xong bay cao như thầy. Mình kéo vậy. Trời giảm đất. Xếp thằng này quỷ à? Ác quỷ vô ba. Đùa tao. Cái này nó là kiểu này thôi. Dọc rồi. Chết rồi. Đi kìa. 2 phút rồi. 2 phút hơn của pháo. Mày cộng 10 cho thầy. Cân đùa mạnh đùa tao làm nào rồi nó bao nhiêu rồi đấy ngã chéo mà thêm không được 16 lắm rồi.
আপনি কিন্তু দেখতে যথেষ্ট সুন্দরী একজন মানুষ, দেখতে বেশ রোমান্টিক, যেন শেক্সপিয়ারের নাটকের কোনো নায়িকার মতো। ভেবেছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনি তো পুরোটাই মর্মান্তিক। যে কোনো মানুষ আপনাকে দেখে মর্মাহত হতে পারে।
আমার হালকা হতে 1 মাস সময় লেগেছে।
আপনার 1 মাস সময় লাগে? আমার হালকা হতে তো 1 মিনিট লাগে।
আমার কাছে মনে হয় জীবনসঙ্গী এমন হওয়া উচিত যার সাথে আপনি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত উপভোগ করতে পারবেন, সারাক্ষণ খুনসুটিতে মেতে থাকতে পারবেন এবং তার মনে এমনভাবে বসবাস করবেন যে আপনার দিকে সে একটাবার তাকালেই বলে দিতে পারবে যে তার বেঁচে থাকার কারণই আপনি।
পথে চলতে চলতে, কথা বলতে বলতে, কখন যেন হলে আমার জানি গল্পে গল্পে মিশে অল্পে অল্পে আমিও হয়ে গেছি তোমার। ছোট ছোট ভুল ফুটে হলো ফুল যে তোমাকে পেলাম গুটি গুটি পাই স্বপ্নের নাই আমি ভেসে গেলাম।
আপনি কি মনে করেছেন একজন মানুষ আমার জীবন থেকে চলে গিয়েছে এবং আপনি সেই সুযোগটা কাজে লাগিয়ে আপনার ফিলিংসগুলো আমার কাছে এক্সপ্রেস করবেন আর আমি সেটা হ্যাপিলি অ্যাকসেপ্ট করে নিব? এই হচ্ছে আপনার বন্ধুত্বের নমুনা?
রোদের পাখি তোর শহরে আমার মনের স্বপ্ন ঘিরে ওরে পাখি ওরে সারাক্ষণ তোর শহরে বৃষ্টি হলে ভিজে আমার মন।
Rồi bài cái độ buồn luôn mà sự thật khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xây bài bị chia sẻ có xa ra hả, có ra can chọn thắng bại. Át này, binh. Xong. Là át luôn mà. Sao có xin ra ấy, nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi. Ui, xét này. Xét đây là bài cảnh đệ đẹp đéo chịu được. Không sao, để ơi. Bay cho đời. Quay đều, quay. Ui, con lắc rồi sao? Cút. Mày đi. Xong rồi, có át rồi. Ngày đánh bài va vẫn xoay ra còn bài đẹp phết. Định mạnh cái xét này. Ui, bình điết. Xét là mình sẽ thiếu là một cái cung mà. Cung với cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus để lấy cái thú tượng để cho in nào. Bắn cung không? Bắn cung lấy đồ cho át trước khi thầy. Ui, rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ. Ha ha. What the hell man. Nhặt nhầm đồ. Thế mà cũng đòi lái xe. Đùa tao à? Đùa tao không vậy. Thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn ngủ không? Trồn thầy không? Cinderella này cút, có một cút, dấu hiểu. Nhặt ngủ đấy. Ngủ đấy. Tới đây rồi xong. Sao có thằng này đây? Vậy có ai mà thấy có cái thằng này đây đúng rồi. À, mình muốn mà cút nè. Xong. Chịu rồi, nhặt nhầm đồ lúa tắc mình muốn máu nhỉ. Rồi xem đi. Thầy ơi, không ai nhận được cái gì? Có nhận không? Ở đây. Vòng quay may mắn, vòng quay vô cực. Anh 2 vòng à? Quay đều ra cái pet đỏ đỏ ấy đi, ra cái pet đỏ đỏ. Đi ra qua. Biết quay được vào pet Omega. Chịu rồi, tí vào lừa tao. Đi qua mà trồn lại đi qua. Trồn tố bố. Đi trồn tao, đi xin à? Đi xin chọn không vậy. Rồi xong, bình. Xong, thắng. Không thắng. Suýt thắng. Quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng rồi. Thầy bay tốc độ cao ấy. Bay tốc độ cao luôn.
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে। তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও। তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই পাই করে শোধ করবা।
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো? শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ, রাতের এক রূপ, দিনের আর এক।
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বনে।
আরে ব্রো, সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে, কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না।
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে, একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয়। কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে।
বসুন।
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত, তাই না? আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে, তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ? কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো? কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে না।
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে, কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে।
হাই, ইউ লুক গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Qua đường luôn reward. Đây reward 1 tỷ lần nè, reward 1 tỷ lần càng mạnh. Reward 15 lần, khiếp thằng này reward 1500 lần. What the hell man. Ủa nó vậy broccoli 1500 lần thật sự là ổn. Giờ mình là one 3, mình không quan tâm thằng Tana làm gì cả. Ok thầy rồi. I see you again. Để lắp đồ cho ấy á, cho lấy đồ cho Asia. Bên chi lên bên chi linh binh vẫn đập đồng đấy chứ. Anh đã chỉnh như thế rồi. 6 7 8 9 và 4 5 36 7 8 9 2 5 36 7 8 9 180 vòng à? 10 này, 7 này, 2 lần perfect này. Đúng. 3 lần hết liên tục. Ai à? Trung tâm. Thua lại. Ê, tao gặp lại thằng này Dương ơi. Thằng này tao thua trận trước này. Thua thằng này trận trước này, sao tao đái vào thì lúc đánh xong trận sao ấy. Thế tao vào trận luôn, thế tao vào trận luôn. Đó, cả thằng này nữa này. Thằng này cũng phải trận trước này. Hai thằng tao 1 trong 2 trận trước. Nó để ý tên đi, mình nhớ là để ý. Gặp lại à. Vẫy tay xin chào. Nhận vật đến sau. Nhau. Nó ngập ngừng không muốn rời. Được sao? Ô giờ mình còn chưa ở đây Ari, nếu mà nhặt Ari vậy, chú búa. Ari đâu? Bình an ở phía trước cho trong ai phải không? Nhân rồi. Chẳng không sao qua. Đây tay xin chào. Mày đi đâu chôn à? Mình tạm ấy. Mình tạm rồi quan tiếp. Từ xong rồi ơi à. Làm chơi đánh cũng bành. Sợ đấy. Nếu đánh cây Sa Long Vương thì thua đấy.
দেখো দেখো বিয়ে এত সোজা।
5টা কন্ডিশন।
কয়টা?
5টা।
আমি জেডি সাফায়েত রমরাজন। স্যার এটা তো ভোটার আইডি কার্ড স্যার।
গাড়িতেই করবেন নাকি হোটেলে?
না না, আপনি যেমনটা ভাবছেন বিষয়টা তা না। ভাই আপনি তো করবেন।
তোমাকে দিয়ে হবে না, আমি জানতাম। শুধু শুধু সময় নষ্ট করো না।
ভাই আপনি তো অনন্ত দলিল না যে অসম্ভবকে সম্ভব করে আপনার কাজ।
জিমি
কি হচ্ছে?
আচ্ছা
আঙ্গের একদম ভইরা দিমু। যাচ্ছে সব বাইট কর।
শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে, শর্ত দিয়ে বিয়ে।
ভাই যে বয়সে মানুষ গার্লফ্রেন্ডের কামড় খায়, সে বয়সে আপনি কুত্তার কামড় খেয়ে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি হয়েছেন।
có chuẩn không? Đúng không? Phải chuẩn không? Cái đau hạt sâu. Ui, Listen 2, Way 2. Quỷ nhở? Ơi, quỷ đấy, khỏe đấy. Chịu ơi, xin đắt 2. Bài này quỷ quá. Ui dồi ôi, Annie 2 full đồ, Listen 2 full đồ, Way 2 full đồ. Thua. Để đánh được. Còn sao tao muốn quỷ đấy. Đâu, nó khác rồi. Bên thế đi. Nó lại lên anh. Rồi vì em đi đấy. Chia sẻ bài. Kéo xuống ra mà. Chuẩn không? Mình cần là 1 tiếng 11 phút. Nhiều gì à? Đi xin tăng tầm đánh đồ cái đồ ao quan nghe sự cho đi xin là đúng đấy. Sao không đeo đánh đi xin? Có xin ra để bắn đi xin này. Chốt nào? Rồi bắn ạ. Đeo bắn này, xin ra để bắn đi xin này. Chốt nào? Xin ra để bắn đi xin ạ. Phút bắn trên. Thôi đi rồi. Hai stop 3. Này ở đây. 6 tuổi 8 33k 25 phút hết hay không? Cháu nói bao nhiêu hết 5 phút hết. Hết an ninh vậy rất dễ kiếm nhá. Về nhà trước gió khi bầu trời còn không? Ngày sau cần đấy. Tám tuổi thưa tôi đi bớt một lần nữa là thực sự là hết cường đấy. Quyết nhau bây giờ 1,7k cơ sự cạn kiệt rồi, cạn kiệt kinh tế. Có đủ tiền đấy. Mua kiếm xì xì này. Đủ tiền không? 100k. Được. Mấy chục quay, cả quay. Kéo như này ngu. Đâu đủ tiền mà mất quân pet đấy chứ, nhức đầu. Vì chứ sự im lặng mà chứ sự mê mới về công nghĩ là phải thế nào. Chuẩn không? Kiếm mới farm không ấy. Cho 2k đéo đủ tiền. Làm gì đấy. 300 phát chém ạ. Nó chém được 10 à. Kinh ấy. Ai đó nuôi nó. Tôi nghe tôi nhật em đi liên lập để em nó chẳng đéo xem đầu check cái lắc đít luôn mắt em mắt em. Không làm mày học tiếp hay chỉ cần đi thi thôi? Mẹ thì chỉ sự mình em sinh nhật sinh thật chúc tôi hiệu linh vật Phương Mai 10/1/12 3 ngày 20 tiếng ngày 7 tiếng xong rồi. Đâu rồi anh làm những gì sao? Rồi chuẩn bị 9 F1 video 2 ngày 9 tháng 4 tốc độ release xem video hướng dẫn lớp 1 2 ở đây như nào anh hiểu không? Này Quang phải là chỉ đầm đi cho mình học rồi. Bye bye. Chơi thì mất được phần tiền này, mất visa. Lucky Block, Minecraft, phiên bản Roblox. Đi tù. Chắc là tại chết tôi report thì nó cũng bèm máu hơn. Để chết tôi report một lần. Để chết tôi report cái bia tích. Chứ tao phải làm à? Để chết tôi report cái đấy. Sai đấy. Tao bị vậy. Không gọi được à? Gạc nhân đạo. Tôi gọi cho anh đúng không? Gọi cho anh không? Người là lãi à? Và lâu à. Chơi nữa chơi nữa. Chơi nữa. Tao bắn được cùng mà. Tao bạc một mà. Cô dùng đi khác thì Vũ bắn nữa. Có à bắn luôn. Tao và xong vậy, tao xong và xong này, và xong. Mà giọng qua nghe cái như gay. Nghe đi hay thế. Broccoli. Đây chạy cho sơ giật tút đi. Bạn có đi nhưng vẫn thích em Sky được chưa? Mình chỉ linh luôn đi chứ. Nice try à? Có remake không? Có rotate không? Còn Tết đồng vũ. Còn Tết không phải.
Chồng thất nghiệp đang bán ảnh nhạy cảm của vợ để kiếm tiền. Hay, nice, 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 nice. Nice. Ôi, không được rồi. Không cần thứ à? Cũng cần 2 lần nữa. Đó, từ một phần này. Đó. Cả tài. Không ấn tượng gì à? Toxic. Được cái toxic điên, quỷ toxic như vũ. toxic như vũ của những năm cấp 3, cấp 2, cấp không toxic đâu à? Mày thích chơi game vui vẻ không? Cường toxic em, cường toxic. Rồi, quỷ hơn Quang ạ, giờ biết anh ở với Cường mà. Rồi